This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Well, May 9th, Jim Crockett recorded TV at the Cumberland County Memorial Arena in Fayetteville, North Carolina. On that day, you would take on Ronnie Garvin in a match that would air on May 15th. The match went just about 17 minutes. You got some good heat early by complaining about Ronnie Garvin throwing that closed fist of his. It was another fantastic match, but equally important was the way this one ended. Arn, you know what I got here. I got the clip. Let's take a look at it. Yep, here we go.
And Arn Anderson continues to battle back. Here it is.
The stomp.
So I can't even lie about what's going on. You got the clip to substantiate it.
That's right. That's right.
Is anybody going to mention the fact that the guy's stomping me to death?
He is, man. I'm going to ask you about those stomps when this is done.
Arn Anderson is up, and he's swinging.
I always love that. Punching at the air.
I love fighting Ronnie Garvin because you didn't have to bring anything except your accessibility because he would make you fight him.
Yeah. No referee to be had.
Tough son of a bitch, boy.
Finally, some order restored. Your winner by disqualification, Ronnie Garvin. And all the Four Horsemen. Fans, we'll have more right after this timeout.
All right, talk to us about the Garvin stomp.
Wasn't the stomp so much? I mean, I won't discount him, but the one thing is he could stretch you with just his legs. He didn't even use his arms sometimes. He'd have you in what we call a sugar hold, which would end up trapping your arm behind your head and pushing your head forward. And if you put too much mustard on it, it put you out.
Yeah.
Choke you completely out. And he would do it with just his legs. And he was such a solid worker, and his kicks were flush, and his chops, you know, he'd chop the piss out of you. Him and Flair used to bring blood, you know, to each other.
And he would slap you. He did it in that match, slap you right in the chest. He just felt violent, that man.
And he was. And that was one of the guys that I really enjoyed working with because he would bring the man out of you, or he'd eat you up.
Yeah.
It's up to you. You'd either rise to the occasion and fight him, and you'd have a man's fist fight, or, you know, you'd let him intimidate you, and he'd just eat you up.
Well, for those of you that didn't see the video, the Horsemen ganged up on Garvin, and for the second time, we see Barry use the Iron Claw until the rest of the faces made the save. Arn, what do you think about the throwback to the claw? We know Blackjack Mulligan used it as his finisher, obviously Barry's dad. And as a heel, Blackjack printed money in Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling for a long, long time. Do you have memories about Blackjack that you can share with us? First, answer that question about the claw, and then talk about Blackjack.
Well, he was about a half a generation ahead of me. You know, Mulligan was probably the last of the 70s and the first of the 80s, where I was 85 before I got to Crockett. So I missed him. But man, now with Blackjack, he was such a big man. I bet you he was 350 pounds?
Oh, yeah.
Biggest forearms I ever saw on a man. and big hands, and he made the claw totally credible. Now, Barry inherited a story from his dad. I don't know if that fit Barry as well as everyone hoped, because it wasn't that he had these big massive hands or this big massive body. Now Barry was big and strong and could pick guys up and superplex. I saw him superplex Animal off the top rope a couple of nights, which is pretty damn impressive. So it wasn't a question of strength, but you know, it was perceived as a nasty thing, the claw. The people who had used it in previous years and decades, you know, I don't know whether it fit this particular point in time, but it wasn't my call anyway.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money, it's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.